Hello friends, welcome to EduTerrain and a warm good afternoon to you all. So as part of today's session, we'll be seeing two major schemes or flagship schemes of India, especially Indian agriculture. Those schemes would help. One is the Kisanrail scheme and the other is the Krishi Udan scheme. Now both these schemes have been launched majorly to resolve one important issue, that is right from the producers place, the products, especially these horticulture products, agriculture products, majority of them are highly perishable in nature. They have to reach the consumer in the freshest form possible, for which these two schemes have been launched. Along with that, this will also create new markets and new avenues of income for the farmers. Okay. So with this introduction, let me start today's session, which is on Kisan Rail scheme and Krishi Udan scheme and the applicability of both these schemes. Yes, one second. Oh, again today my this is not working. Okay, it's okay. Let's not waste our time. Just give me a second. So here it would be important as part of your regular current affairs, latest government schemes, and also as part of your that is in phase 1, and also as part of your ARD current affairs, since both of these schemes are associated with agriculture and rural development. In that also they would be important. Hope my voice is audible. Hello, yes, it's audible, I can see, but somehow there's a problem with my, just give me a second. Yes, okay, now it's working. So thank you for your patience. Yes, so for regular current affairs and ARD current affairs both for phase 1 and phase 2 under the latest government schemes. These are my credentials. You can go through it later as well. Now coming to the Kisan Rail scheme, for the first time this was launched or announced in 2020 as part of the union budget for Indian Railways to set up a Kisan Rail for transportation of the perishables. Especially this has happened during that, उसी टाइम पे पैंडमिक का टाइम भी चल रहा था, पैंडमिक से हम लोग बाहर आ रहे थे. So during that time, based on the learnings that we have taken during the pandemic, जो भी problems crop up हुए थे, during that this particular scheme was launched to help the farmers for the transportation of the perishable goods. Now these trains are, they are multi commodity. It's not that एक आधे products के लिए उन्होंने launch किया. No, it is multi commodity, multi consignee services, that is during the entire journey. जैसे कि यहाँ आनंदपुर से हैदराबाद तक दिल्ली तक जा रही है कोई ट्रेन. So many farmers, they can put their produce in that. At the same time, consignee is also under different consignee names. So it is for it's not that कि एक बंदे के लिए या एक organization के लिए. It is for everyone. No, multi consigner, multi consignee, running in a timetabled manner, proper timetable, with stoppages at all major stations, so that they wanted to cover as many stations as possible in that train journey, so that जहाँ जहाँ ड्रॉप ऑफ करना है प्रोड्यूस को, दैट कैन बी डन एज पर द मल्टी कंसाइनर और कंसाइनी सर्विसेज, इंक्लूडिंग द मल्टी कमोडिटी सर्विसेज. Arpan, this would be helpful for your RBI as well in the regular general awareness current affairs. These days they are asking questions based on agriculture as well. Even in your ESA also they have added one component of agriculture. So there you can expect some, if not in a detailed manner, but yes, basic questions can be asked from that. Hope I was able to answer your query. Now what are the objectives that have been set under this particular scheme? Vast network of Indian railways. See, we have Indian railways, the tracks laid till, no, if not the remotest of the village, but yes, remote villages are also connected through railways, that would be able to connect to the mainstream market. When I introduced this scheme to you, you must have already heard about this a lot of times, but while introducing I have said that not only for sending or transporting the perishable goods from the producer's place to the consumer's place. On the other hand, they wanted to increase the avenues of income to the farmer by opening up of new markets. So that's the same thing that we're talking about, connecting to the mainstream markets. It would save time and encourage farmers to transport their perishables to greater distances and bigger markets that would help them to secure or get higher prices for their produce. Under the Indian Railways Kisan Rail project, potential circuit for movement of vegetables, fruits and other perishables were identified, because they have to understand कि किस तरह का ट्रेन चलाना है, if they have to incorporate some cold storage facilities also, that all how would they know, and कहाँ से कौन से products आएंगे, and where the market is, that is producer market तो है, where the consumer markets, where there is a high requirement of these products which they are not able to send them. So all that details, where would they get from? They would get them from the Ministry of Agriculture, Farmers Welfare, Animal Husbandry, Fisheries departments of the various state governments, right? So that all they have done prior to launching these Kisan rails in different routes. Okay. Now if we look at the data up to 31st March 2022, 50% subsidy in freight was granted by the Ministry of Food Processing and Industries under the scheme Operation Greens, that is top to total. Now Operation Greens is one thing, they focused on the sending of these top products, that is tomato, onion and potato. इसमें क्या है, गलट जब आती है तो बिल्कुल प्राइसेस कम हो जाते हैं, and during the off season the prices shoot to the top. We all know that tomato वेरी रिसेंटली हमने देखा है कि 10 रुपीज़ kg में भी मिला था, एट द सेम टाइम 300 रुपीज़ kg ऑल्सो वी हैव बॉट. So such is the scenario that we face. In order to avoid such conditions, what the government has done is they have launched this Operation Greens, top starting में ये सिर्फ top के लिए था, wherein they plan to manage the market, जहाँ पे भी lopsided development, lopsided availability of these top vegetables, there they would send it so that the market can be balanced, thereby bringing down the prices. Okay, but after that they have extended that to various other vegetables and fruits as well. So that's the reason we say it as top to total. Under this particular scheme, which is running under the Ministry of Food Processing and Industries, they have launched this Kisan Rail scheme, because दोनों का almost objective same है. So whatever the budget that has been allocated for the Operation Greens, from that only a part of that was allocated for the Kisan Rail scheme, क्योंकि subsidy मिलता है farmers को upfront. जैसे farmer ने A to B, he wanted to send some produce from A location to B location. अगर 100 rupees example, अगर उसके लिए 100 rupees charge लग रहा है, 50 rupees upfront that would be given as subsidy by the Ministry of Food and Processing Industries. उसके लिए भी फिर railways को अपना एक बजट दिखाना पड़ेगा, दिस इज़ व्हाट वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग फ्रॉम दैट, बेस्ड ऑन दैट फंड्स वुड बी रिलीज्ड टू देम, वो फिर अनदर स्टोरी है. ओके, दिस इज हाउ दैट वाज डन फॉर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स फॉर किसान रेल, बट आफ्टर दैट दे हैव डिसकंटिन्यूड दिस. ओके, अप टू 31st March 2022 only this was there. Later the responsibility has been taken up by the railways, and they also had continued this subsidy, but not 50% but at 45%, and this they have done for almost a year, that is till 31st March 2023. After that this scheme had been stopped. Then why we are studying now? Very recently a group of farmers from different parts of MP and Maharashtra, they have visited railway ministry and other higher officials, and they have requested them to restart the Kisan Rail project. So for which this was in news recently, I think Jan या Feb में ये हुआ था, because of which it was in news. So हमने ये लिया है यहाँ पे. Okay. Now here, what were the crops that they used to transport? So main crops or farm produce transported via Kisan Rail includes oranges, onion, potato, banana, whatnot, everything, whatever that they can transport, they could. Along with the fruits and vegetables, They also gained popularity as a medium for transportation of other perishable articles like flowers, dairy products, eggs, fishes, whatnot, everything they used to transport. So it has been really very helpful for the farmers, but owing to the scheme, the project working and all that, they have discontinued this currently. Okay, and the first Kisan rail service was flagged off on August 7th, 2020 between Devlali, Maharashtra to Danapur, Bihar. And over a period up to 15th November 2023, jitne bhi operate हुए, though it has been discontinued, the subsidy etc. till 31st March 2023. But still, as per the data that is available as on November 15, 2023, 2364 Kisan Rail services had been operated, transporting approximately 7.93 lakh tons of perishable goods. Okay, so 2022 tak the subsidy, 50% subsidy was given by the Ministry of Food Processing and Industries. After that, the responsibility has been taken up by the railways, but only for 45%. Okay, benefits of Kisan Rail: it takes less time and cost in comparison to road transport. Per kilometer charges, they are less when compared to road transport. It helps the small farmers in better price realization for the produce, because they are opening new markets, are being opened up. It will ensure less damage to the farm produce while transportation. Small farmers and traders related to fruits and vegetables like sweet lime, pomegranate, watermelons, papaya, guava, tomato, etc., they will be benefited. Balances the fruits and vegetable supply across the country. Now this is the one that helps us to manage the prices. Manage the prices. Okay. So this is all about the Kisan Rail scheme. Coming to Krishi Udan, जैसे वहाँ पे ट्रेन्स को हमने यूज़ किया है, in this case we planned to use flights for transportation of the perishable goods. Now in this case वहाँ कृषि किसान रेल में क्या है, that's only for local, that is domestic markets we wanted to explore. But here in this case, in Krishi Udan scheme, we are planning to explore both domestic and international markets. Okay, now it was launched in August 2020 on the same lines, during the same time almost as the Kisan Rail scheme. The implementing ministry for this is the Ministry of Civil Aviation. In that case, it was Ministry of Railways and the Ministry of Food Processing and Industries. Okay. And what are main objective? Again the same thing, to ensure seamless, cost-effective, time-bound air transportation and associated logistics for the agriculture produce. And here the focus is majorly on the northeast, hilly and tribal areas. Why? Because these are those areas where either the road connectivity or the rail connectivity was negligible. So there the only option was to take up airbound air transportation, for which this scheme was launched, to bridge the gap between farmers and markets. The same objective as we have seen in Kisan Rail as well. Now what is the working model? In order to facilitate and incentivize movement of agri produce, the scheme envisages, जैसे वहाँ पे हमने 50% subsidy दिया है farmers को. In this case, there would be a waiver of landing charges, parking charges and various other charges that are levied. Okay. And it had planned to use a network covering 58 airports nationwide, of which 25 in priority regions. What are those priority regions? Northeastern regions, hilly areas, etc. And 33 others in different parts of the country. This was the plan for Krishi Udan 1.0 scheme. Okay. Now whatever they had tried, and they have learned lots of lessons from the whatever the application or the running of the scheme, based on which Krishi Udan scheme 2.0 was launched on 27th October, as you can see here, 27th October 2021, basing on the model of A to A, that is agriculture to aviation. And here the significance include to enable the convergence of agriculture and aviation due to three primary reasons. One, usage of drones in the agriculture sector, possible use of biofuel for aircrafts in the future, thereby we wanted to expand that scope, greater integration and value realization of agricultural products for the farmers. These three were the primary reasons based on which this agriculture to aviation, that is Krishi Udan 2.0, was initiated. Again, objectives are similar: to ensure seamless, cost-effective, time-bound air transportation and associate logistics from for all agriculture produce, especially पहले क्या था, they were trying to connect different parts of India with focus on the northeastern regions, hilly areas and tribal regions. But Krishi Udan 2.0, it has completely focused on the northeastern, hilly region and tribal regions of India. And here they wanted to increase the share of air in the model mix for transportation of agri-produce. So what is the model mix? You know, how many models are there? Road transport, rail transport and air transport. So they wanted to increase this air transport part in this model. That includes horticulture, fisheries, livestock and processed product, all the kinds of products. And to achieve better convergence of various components catering to the development of both sustainable and resilient agri-produce value chains across various schemes, that also they were focusing, and that will happen only when, see, कई बार ऐसा होता है कि एक स्कीम लॉन्च हुआ है एग्रीकल्चर रिलेटेड, देयर द फार्मर स्टार्टेड प्रोड्यूसिंग मोर, बट इफ देर इज नो मार्केट, देर इज नो एवेन्यूज ऑफ growth, then there is no meaning in producing more. So for which this will help a lot, these kind of programs. Okay, Krishi Udan scheme is one such program. And in 2.0 Krishi Udan scheme, a total of 53 airports have been selected for first phase, and the majority of them are operated by the Airports Authority of India, which is one of the regulated body under the Ministry of Civil Aviation. The strategic selection of the airports is primarily focused on the northeastern region. When we talk about the Krishi Udan scheme 2.0, the main whole and sole focus is on the northeastern region, hilly areas and the tribal areas of India, where the connectivity of both the rail and road is negligible. Additionally, the scheme covers north, entire western coast and southern India, including islands as well. And they have identified 7 domestic and international trade routes under this scheme, along with a few products from these regions. Now let's have a look at them. 1, Amritsar Dubai route to enable transportation of baby corn, international route hai ye. Okay. Darbhanga to rest of the India to transport the lichis, LITCHS, ये again domestic वाला है. Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Kolkata to the far east Asian countries to transport seafood, क्योंकि ये सारे आप देख रहे हो, these are all coastal areas and they have very good seafood markets there. So from there, now flight, air transportation, obviously to different countries they can transport, that is what they have aimed. Again, international market. Sikkim to the rest of India for the organic produce. Sikkim is one such place, we all know, first state in the world, you should say, that declared as completely organic agriculture karta hai. But the problem there in the, not only Sikkim but various northeastern states especially, there the problem is they need not we need not push them for organic agriculture, going for natural farming and all that. But the problem is lack of proper marketing facilities. Agar wahi organic produce, if it comes to rest of India, obviously they can fetch a premium price. So that is what they focused. And एक और वहाँ scheme है, Mission for Organic Agriculture Value Chain Development in the Northeastern region. Mission for Organic Value Chain Development for Northeastern region. It's a scheme that is being run in the northeastern part of India, wherein the major focus is the supply chain development and marketing activities development for marketing of their organic produce. The same scheme, it is run in the rest of the country as the Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, wherein we are pushing the farmers, or we are creating awareness among the farmers to take up organic farming under various you can say components. Okay, so उसी का है MOVCDNER, but focusing on the supply chain development and marketing of organic products, because already वहाँ organic farming चल रहा है, so we have to focus on the marketing part. Agartala to Delhi and Dubai for transportation of pineapples. See, if you can see, these are those places which are famous for these products. So they don't want that to stay there only. They wanted that to get into the different parts of India as well as world. That is what it is helping them. So pineapples not only to India but international as well. Dibrugarh to Delhi and Dubai for transportation of mandarin oranges. Guwahati to Hong Kong for transportation of pulses, fruits and vegetables. So these are those 7 domestic and international trade routes that have been identified under Krishi Udan Scheme 2.0, focusing on both domestic as well as international markets. Okay, but along with that, they have also proposed timelines and location for the development of hub and spoke model and a freight grid in Krishi Udan 2.0. See, hub and spoke model कैसा है? यहाँ पे एक airport है. There are various other places here which produce, they produce very good, huge amounts of specialized items. That all would be connected to here through road, rail, whatever way they can, they will connect this. From here, it would take off to different parts of India as well as world. So this will act as a major hub, and all these would be its spokes. Thereby, this would be as a you can say procurement or the collecting centers. Okay, that's how they are planning. For which they have said that 2021-22 they were planning to develop Agartala, Srinagar, Dibrugarh, Dimapur, Hubballi, Imphal, Jorhat, Leela-Bari, Lucknow, Silchar, Tezpur, Tirupati, Tuticorin in various places. This is for the year 2022-23, and this is for the year 2023-24, and this is for the year 2024-25. Currently, this program, this particular scheme will be run till 2025. And as per the requirement, they'll be looking into extension or upgradation. The scheme provides for full waiver of landing charges, parking charges, the flights which are taking up, these transporting these agriculture commodities. They have all these facilities that will help further reduce the burden of the cost of transportation on the farmer. So waiver of landing charges, parking charges, terminal navigational landing charges. These are the various charges that are to be paid by the that airline which is running that flight. Route navigation facility charges for Indian freighters and passenger to cargo at selected airports of Airport Authority of India. Again, for all those airports which are focusing on northeastern region, hilly and tribal regions. And this scheme will also support cargo related infrastructure. Now, when we talk about this particular scheme, especially कई बार ऐसा होता है कि maybe those airports, they are supporting only passenger capacity. अगर उनको एग्रीकल्चर कमोडिटीज शिफ्ट करना है तो दे शुड हैव सम इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इन प्लेस लाइक कोल्ड स्टोरेजेस होना चाहिए, बिकॉज अर्लियर वी हैव स्पोकन कि हब एंड स्पोक मॉडल पे चल रहा है ये, राइट, क्योंकि हर जगह पे तो एयरपोर्ट्स नहीं हो सकते. सो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट हब एंड स्पोक मॉडल, ऑब्वियसली स्पोक्स जहाँ से ये आ रहा है, वेट अ सेकंड, हियर फ्रॉम हियर इफ द प्रोड्यूस इज बीइंग शिफ्टेड till to the hub, there should be some storage facilities also. Until and unless you have that infrastructural facilities, it would be difficult to manage such hub and spoke model. So in this, as part of this scheme, they're also going to provide support related to cargo related infrastructure development, so that the hub and spoke model and the freight grid can be developed. Freight grid be almost on the same lines only. हब एंड स्पोक मॉडल की तरह ही रहता है वो भी. ओके, एंड एयर साइड ट्रांसिट एंड ट्रांसशिपमेंट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर विल बी क्रिएटेड एट बागडोगरा, Guwahati airports, and at Leh, Srinagar, Nagpur, Nashik, Ranchi and Raipur airports as part of focus on the northeastern region, tribal and hilly regions. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि they have to have transshipment infrastructure as well. कहीं और से यहाँ पे आ रहा है, from here it would move to some other place. This is a place, from here that the flight is taking up the produce, and it is not going till sea here. There is they can't go for whatever reason, so they have to land up here. From here everything would be picked, so this will act as a major hub in this we have seen here, no, this freight grid, etc. In these cases this is how it works. So here it will come pulled up, and from here different products would be taken to sea at one time. Okay, so transshipment infrastructure and all that they have to manage, and all that is being developed under this, and currently focusing on these areas: Bagdogra, Guwahati airports, and airports at Leh, Srinagar, Nagpur, Nashik, Ranchi, Raipur currently. Okay, so this is all from my end about these two schemes. Again, both have been in news, so obviously it would be important for your upcoming competitive examinations. Moving on to our next section, that is the answers to the homework questions that we have already done. See, day before yesterday, yes, yesterday it was Ugadi, that's the reason I couldn't take class. So day before yesterday we have done a class on MGNREG scheme, that is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Now, the question that I had asked was, the new wage rates for this scheme is notified by the Ministry of Rural Development under subsection 1 of which section of MGNREGA 2005 Act? It is section 6. MORD and MOPR, that is the Ministry of Rural Development and Ministry of Panchayat Raj, Government of India, have jointly developed which app with an aim to measure the water level in a gram panchayat through 2 to 3 selected open wells. This is majorly done to understand the groundwater recharge, because it is done 2 times, prior to the monsoons and post monsoons, and it is Jaladoot app. Today's homework questions: kisanrail scheme was launched in which year? How many domestic and international trade routes were identified under the Krishi Udan 2.0 scheme? Along with the products, they can ask that question also. कौन से एरिया से कौन सा प्रोडक्ट जा रहा है? So please, वो 7 रूट्स जो भी है एक बार अच्छे से देख लीजिए. It's not at all tough, बहुत ही easy है. एक बार पढ़ लेंगे तो you will be able to remember. Yes, thank you very much for being with me so patiently. Yes, now the forum is open for your queries, questions, any suggestions, comments on today's session. All are welcome. I'll be more than happy if you can give me suggestions related to the kind of schemes that I should take in these sessions or the reports. Already based on the latest current affairs, I have planned my list, but still if you have any request, I'll be more than happy to incorporate them into the list. So please don't forget to like this session and share this session with your friends. And please don't forget to join the Telegram group and channel, so that whatever sessions that we are conducting, you will be getting notification on time. On the other hand, I'll be sharing a lot of current affairs on these, in this group and channel, so that it will help for your exam preparation a lot. Okay, as I can see, okay, no queries, no problem. If you have any, you can always reach out to me through the Telegram group. Thank you very much once again. Have a great day ahead. Please take good care of yourself. See you all on 12th, because tomorrow it is Ramzan. So I didn't want to disturb you, because a few of my students are, they are celebrating that on great note. So tomorrow we'll not have any class. Day after tomorrow we'll have again. Already मैंने अपना roster भी update कर दिया. I mean the schedule also I have already planned. आपको YouTube पे वो मिल जाएगा upcoming live sessions में. So day after tomorrow we will be taking up the India Employment Report 2024 prepared by ILO. Okay. Yes, thank you very much once again. Take care. Bye bye.